it's Khaki. I'd like to talk to you today about something that a viewer requested that I discuss: how to deal with a time when you can't work out, when you can't get in that physical activity, specifically after a surgery, like a skin removal surgery. Let's talk about it. This is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. I've had two skin removal surgeries, and I'm actually having a foot surgery in 2 weeks. So I'm going to be in a situation where I can't work out. I can't go to my beloved bar classes for about a month. And it's hard. It is really hard. We work so hard to get into a routine and into a pattern. And when you find a physical activity that you really enjoy, you get an endorphin rush from it. It helps not only with your physical health, but with your mental health. It helps with serotonin levels. And there's always that fear that when you can't do that activity, that your weight is going to creep up. And it may, especially after surgery. It's not so much gaining fat. Surgery is a traumatic experience to your body, and it does cause inflammation. Inflammation is going to cause water retention, which is going to make that scale go up a little bit. So let's talk about ways to deal with it. This really depends on what surgery you're having. For example, if you're having a tummy tuck or an abdominoplasty, where you're having skin removed from your stomach, which is probably the most common cosmetic or plastic surgery, skin removal after a weight loss. Most surgeons are going to give you a lifting restriction. I know for me, I could not lift more than 10 pounds for several weeks. So, what I would recommend that you do if you're somebody who works out, you're going to be sore for a little bit with that surgery. You may not be able to stand upright for a few days, but get up. Don't just sit. Get up, walk. Figure out what you can do. If you have a lifting restriction of 10 pounds, most dumbbells, little home dumbbells, are 5 to 8 pounds, 3 pounds. Work on doing what you can instead of focusing on what you can't. If you've had, for example, a skin removal on your arms, which I had, or a breast lift, you're restricted in what you can do with your upper arms. Your feet still work. You may not be able to do organized classes that you're used to, but instead look at what you can do in that kind of situation. Walk. It's free. If you've got a treadmill, get on it. I think it's more of a mind shift of mental. It's not, we tend to, when we get out of our routine, I know I do this when I'm traveling and I come back and I see that scale is up a little bit. We tend to focus on the negative, what we can't do. And I think we need to look at these things, like a skin removal, especially. That's a wonderful gift to be able to have done. It means that you've been successful. So, yes, it is going to be a change in pattern for a little bit, but embrace doing something different. If it is where you truly can't do physical activity, or in addition to doing different physical activity, I would encourage you to use that time to grow in other ways. Research nutrition. If you, I love daily readers, daily inspirational readers. So maybe get caught up on something about like that. Explore a new topic that you've wanted to do. There's a lot of things that you can do to deal with that feeling of loss, because it is a temporary loss that you're not able to do things that you have grown to enjoy. And it's also fear. It's scary. I'm already worried about it myself. When I have my foot surgery, I'm going to be in a boot for a month, so not going to be able to do a lot. Not going to be able to take my classes, but I am going to be able to lift my dumbbells. I am going to be able to work with my bands. So I'm trying to focus on that. And I'm also thinking about what do I want to learn about? Maybe I want to learn more about, I just returned back from Nepal. I am going to use time to look into things that I discovered there that I want to learn more about. It's all about perspective. I wish there was a magic pill that you could take that healed you, fast forwarded you to where you didn't have to do that alteration in pattern, but it's part of the growing process. Guys, I would love to hear, what have you done during those times? Maybe when you were sick. Maybe if you had an illness in the family that took you away from your regular routine. What have you done to keep from getting anxious or depressed during those times? I would also love to hear video suggestions. What would you like to hear me talk about? Like I said, this was a suggestion from a viewer. I hope everybody is having a great week, and a little update on me. As I said in my video last week, I was up 8 pounds after I got home. I'm down about 3.5 of those. So, working towards getting back to my comfort zone. I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.